This girl tell me that she don't like me. She said, well, I don't like you. Like, she said it loud too. Usually she whispering. She said it with her chest that she don't like me. She was like, well, it's not that I don't like you. It's just that most of the time I don't like you. I'm like, oh, okay. And the funny thing is, I didn't even feel a kind of way. I was like, thank you for confirming for me what I already know to be true. I know you don't like me. Shoot, when I was 11 years old, I didn't like adults either. On top of that, most children have received treatment that makes them look at their caregiver like, I don't like you. I used to wish my parents got hit by a bus. I ain't the only one. You know, so not to mention she's received behaviors that aren't likable behaviors. But I'm like, damn, today you still don't like me? Well, she said now, sometimes she does, but most of the time she doesn't. So that means I may have upgraded from I just don't like your ass. So I'm feeling kind. I was going to say my mommy was not mommy anymore. I was not mommy as. Pick up your My Mom is Mommy AF merch at LoneeTaylorArt.com. Comes in all sizes down to the babinos. But then, I just thought maybe that's an upgrade, y'all. Because I'm pretty sure when she was threatening to unalive herself, I definitely was someone she didn't like, ever. So I think we're making progress. So, back that up. My mommy is mommy and my mom is mommy right now. Pick up your merch at LoneeTaylorArt.com because our mommies, no matter how you cut it, no matter how these kids try to act, no matter how they try to break us down and say we ain't doing our goddamn thing, even when we're failing, we're winning because we're growing our children. So it don't matter. I will fail. That's cool. Because guess what? 6 months ago, she wouldn't have even spoken up. She would have been too afraid to ever admit that she does not like her family. She would suffer in silence. So you see how you're in a relationship right now and you are suffering in silence and how it started at the crib. I think you guys confused with when people say they have trauma they carry from their childhood as these things. It's not these outward things. The traumas that people carry from their childhood is, I am who I am because who raised me this way. So it's not even about the trauma. I could work through the trauma. What I don't know how to fix is me. And we just paint our kids into a corner, y'all. We paint our kids into a corner and we make them comply. Or we deny them access to us. And so now they're feeling alone because they want to be an individual. You have isolated your child, myself included. Isolation on a pendulum. Isolation, you're the black sheep and you just can't get right. Isolation, I don't even fuck with you. We all isolate our children. If they do not comply, they get denied. Let's call a thing so we can stop doing it. And so I call this a win. Black women, everybody, but I'm talking to my peers. I like how y'all still rock with me even though I'm not calling you out. You're not so self-centered. Remember, y'all need to be on my lives if you want to understand what I mean when I say self-centered. On the negative aspect, you're so self-centered that I have to personally identify you for you to feel like you belong in a room. That's how y'all think. When I say y'all, I mean the exclusionaries. People who look to exclude will always speak from an exclusionary space. If I'm speaking to black women, it's because I'm speaking to my peers. If I'm speaking to heterosexuals, it's because I'm speaking to what I identify as. If I speak towards he, she, it's because that's what I'm comfortable with. And I'm willing to be uncomfortable for you. I am. I try all the time. Sometimes I slip back into my comfort zone, and that should be okay too. So can you be a little uncomfortable so I can be comfortable? Can you be comfortable? And I'll be a little uncomfortable? I think I said that right. What I'm saying is, my beautiful, beautiful black women. I lost my train of thought, but I wanted to end it on that note. My beautiful, beautiful black women. And the rest of y'all beautiful too. Y'all men beautiful too. They, them, I got you too. Transgenders, you rocking it too. Every race, every ethnicity, every being walking this earth, you are a motherfucking G. Never forget that. We are not exclusionary over here, so please join the community. We have to allow the space for our children to feel comfortable with speaking their truth. Otherwise, they're silently suffering, and then they become adults who are afraid to speak their truth, and they're silently suffering. Their whole lives are crumbling around them, and they're silently suffering. Chances are their spouse are silently suffering as well. Everybody's silently suffering, and nobody's speaking up. We were taught to just take it and keep our mouths shut. Speaking of mouths, use your mouth for good. Speak life. T-shirts available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. Pick up all 3. And if you are not cognizant, I love that word and I say it a lot. If you have not picked up or we are replicating the master's plan in our homes, what is it going to take for you to wake up? Except realizing that you are victimizing yourself. That you are silently suffering through your life. Is that what your God wanted for you? Or is that the master plan? Thinking of the master plan. In conclusion, told myself I wasn't gonna film videos like this no more. But here we are. Make sure you pick up your merch at LoneeTaylorArt.com. Yes, support the community so the community continues supporting you. See how that goes? But yeah, make sure you open the doors of communication with your children as soon as possible. Make sure you give your children the freedom to say that they don't like you. Why? Because you were their first terrorizer. You were the first person that they were afraid of. You were the first person they were afraid of. Why? Because if they talked back, there were consequences, and a lot of times those consequences are physical. You teach your child not to talk back, and then they turn into an adult that doesn't know how to speak up for themselves, and you're looking at them like, why won't you ever speak up for yourself? Well, because you beat that ability out of me as a child. And I know you guys sit here and say, you're a grown woman, you're 40-something, why are you still talking about your childhood? Because I've never healed it, and neither have you. If you think you can age out of healing, you've never healed. I share my healing journey in my book, What's the Best That Can Happen, available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. I share my healing journey to help you along yours. Let's heal together. The fact that Angel can tell me that she doesn't like me. We are making progress. And it's such a beautiful moment. And let me just say, this is my motherfucking family. Stay off my videos talking about why would you post this on the internet. Because this is my motherfucking family.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking to these people coming on here talking about why would you post this on the internet. I'm having a conversation with Angel about, her absent father. And I guess that's too personal for me to post on the internet. This is my motherfucking family. Man, universe, let me have this one. Why does it matter what I post on the internet as long as I have permission from the individuals who are being posted on the internet? And trust me, if I shove a camera in somebody's face in my family, maybe they would take it and suffer silently.